Om Sadashivasamaramбхам Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Yadavidya-vilasena Bhuta-bhautika-srishthaya Tam Nami Paramatmanam Sachidananda-vigraham. Okay, so now the text. Any questions, clarifications? We are talking about the aids to realization. We saw what is known as, popularly known as Adhikaritvam last time. I think that is pretty clear. Not much of, yeah. Yeah, Karthik.
Swamiji, I had a couple of questions.
Yeah, shoot.
So the first question was about the last portion we covered about Uparama. You had mentioned that for us it's the Karma Yoga Buddhi that, for Uparama we follow
Yeah.
Karma Yoga Buddhi.
Yeah.
And then you had referred to something called Antara Sannyasa.
Yeah.
My question is Antara Sannyasa an attitude to develop, or is it a phala of
Okay,
the knowledge?
I will talk about it because the next para deals with that.
Okay, Swamiji.
Yeah, next one.
Thank you. That was the first question. The second one was on Shama.
Yeah.
Developing Shama, are there any particular general purpose books that you would suggest, or any other?
Any book that deals, psychological book that deals with managing your emotions.
Okay.
Like for example, Albert Ellis has said something called rational emotive therapy. Okay, and the newer version of it includes action. The older version does not include action in it. So that is on the lines of what I have done with you all, because that's an old system. Even though in the Western world Albert Ellis did that, it has been used by humanity all over the world much before. He only formalized it. Okay, that is cognitively changing your. So there are cognitive behaviors available. Then there are behavioral oriented things. In fact, I just saw this message. There is something called EFT. Okay, where you tap different meridians, etc. It is based on the Chinese system of Qigong and meridians, which they got actually from India, the meridian system. Okay, so that has been included in hospitals as an alternate form. So now that seems very mechanical. You are just tapping some to get rid of trauma, etc. So like this, there are many books on psychology available which will help it. Dramatics, literature, yeah. Like the grief recovery workshop you will find on my website. That's very good for getting over grief and things like that. Yeah, because any sort of emotional process work, where you process your patterns of thinking and emotion and feeling, is part of Sama. So it's a wide system, because human beings, the uniqueness of a human being, as against say artificial intelligence, etc., or any other life forms also, is our emotional responses to things. The gamut of responses that a human being is capable of is huge. And in basic sad, mad, glad, 3-4 emotions, But in each, the range is so huge, to being a completely unmanageable to manageable level. So Sama is about getting them to manageable levels. Okay? Yeah. So once a certain amount of psychological work can be done, then the spiritual things about meditation, etc., will work better. I was directly jumping into the spiritual process of meditation, Sakshi Bhava, etc., is difficult because your emotions are playing havoc. My emotions are running amok. How am I going to go and say, I'm witnessing? They'll hijack me, keep hijacking me. So that witnessing, etc., is a later step after the psychological processing. So the psychological processing is very important. Now people may say this therapy and psychological processing was not there in the Indian system, which is not true, because every guru had one-on-one with the student. So there's a lot of counseling and processing happened. It may not have been in the classical Western model. That's okay. Each culture can evolve its own model, number one. Number two, if you look at art, music, drama that was there in India heavily, whether it was classical ones like Bharatanatyam, etc., or folk things like Yakshagana, etc., all these things also. Okay? You will find that there was a lot of emotional portrayal, how certain emotions create problems, how the hero or the heroine change that emotion, what process he used, what happened in his life to get that emotion, what happened to change it. All that is practical demonstration of psychological work. Yeah. In fact, psychology, if you look at the early psychologists, they all developed it from English literature, Shakespeare and England. Yeah. So literature, because literature, art, music, drama, all these reflect life. So when they reflect life, they will show you realities of these things, of the functioning life, and how to handle these things. Yeah. So nowadays the therapy model has become a popular model. And there are professionals who make a lot of money with that. Even in Bombay, I am seeing online therapy. Online, not even physical. Like online, when you are seeing on the screen, you are only seeing the upper body. Whereas a good therapist should see the whole body, and there will be responses, body language, which I have not talked much about it in the classes, because unless I meet people face to face, how do we do it? Which will give you clues about what the emotion the person is going through. But online, 2,000 rupees a session. By Indian standard, that means if you are going once a week, in 1 month you are paying 8 to 10,000 rupees for a session. That's a lot of money. Let us say here is a young person, got a job, 30,000 rupees a month. How are you going to afford therapy? How are you going to afford therapy? Even if you are getting 50,000 rupees a month and you are living in Bombay, how are you going to afford that therapy? When 20% of your salary is going that, another 30% is going for your rent, what do you have left to live with? So it's become an expensive proposition. Because, but psychologically, I would say therapy, etc. Yeah, I also refer people for therapy. Only in very serious cases. Especially when there is abnormal trauma, etc. Then fine. Yeah. But they found one thing very interesting in the West, that for those people who had post-trauma stress disorder, PTSDs, soldiers especially, they found interacting with other veterans was more helpful than therapy. Because people understand here, what is the therapist going to understand what warfare is about? A girl in her early 20s passed out, done her master's or doctorate in therapy, and this guy has gone through the whole trauma of war. What is this young kid going to understand that? So that's why the whole system, if you look at system of therapy, it is you show you understand, whether you understand or not. It helps people still. Yeah, but no. How is it youngster? I mean, adults find it difficult to understand. Yeah, the trauma of war. How are you going to understand? Yeah. So, life and developing those thinking, developing a self-awareness, an emotional awareness, developing an emotional intelligence. So there are books written on emotional intelligence. Good framework they give. Okay. Why do you think I ask all people who come to me, especially youngsters, who wants to be full time, go fall in love. A lot of emotional responses will come and they will learn how to handle their emotions. Yeah. Yeah. Because the first time anyone fall in love, it is a emotional turmoil. And I can see people thinking, why first time? Even third time it can be emotional turmoil. Why at 15? At 60 also it can be emotional turmoil. That's the nature of things. Therefore, those type of experiences teach you. With some psychological awareness. So that's how Sama is developed. You have to live a life, expose yourself, and learn not to be harsh, judgmental, critical. Very important part of it. As in harsh, judgmental or critical people don't understand emotions well. Our experience, with people, they don't understand it well. Emotional life is poor. So to that extent, their understanding of Vedanta is also compromised. Because there's an emotional part of feeling that ananda and joy and fulfillment, etc. That will be stunted. That part will be stunted. Yeah. That's in terms of, but books are there. Any book on emotional intelligence, etc. Or books of cognitive therapy, even behavioral therapy is available. Those type of net you have huge amount. In fact, it can get confusing on the net. That's it. But all these will help, in development of Sama. Any other questions? Because this is important. Because we all have to check up what is missing in our own minds in terms of these. Because this is the adhikaritvam necessary for Vedanta. So if you take it for granted, it won't work. And one second, there is some question going on. Yeah?
Can you explain the nuances between Shama and Samadhana?
Ha. Yes. The difference between Sama and Samadhanam. Okay. Let's say if you notice, I have always presented Samadhanam as forbearance, acceptance of people for what they are. Number one. Number two, even if you have some amount of Sama, emotionally you are handling it, you may not have quietened that mind down. That mind may be a very restless mind. So Samadhanam is about quietening that restlessness. Mind is not restless. No. Mind is not always working at high speed. Hey, slow it down, aram se. When you have to think, think. When you don't have to think, that type of thing. That's Samadhana. Yes, Ashi, you had a question.
Sir, just doubts we say we should learn from a sampradaya. We should learn from a sampradaya.
Sampradaya with, yes.
And not asampradaya.
Not?
Any particular reason, and not from asampradaya.
Correct.
Asampradaya.
Correct.
So what could be the...
That's always the difficult part. See how he uses words. The way the person uses the words, if it is making sense immediately, meaning the truth is being pointed out to you immediately, that is one thing. He does not present it as an experience. He does not present it as a state. He does not present it as a samadhi or a meditative experience. He presents it as knowing here and now immediately. He presents the Atma as self-evident, not as beyond everything. Those are some of the signs by which you can go in the beginning. Later on, as the teaching goes, you will understand better. Okay. Then that question about Uparama is being handled in the text itself. In the next page, 222. Okay. Saying, Atra Uparama Shabdena Sannyasa Abhigachyate. Sannyasaha Abhidiyate. Sannyasaha Abhidiyate. By Uparama. Huh? 280. We have done that. I'll come back to it. Let me finish this topic. Now, once I started a topic, let me finish. Yeah. That I know. I kept it in mind. Okay.
Uparama we did last time.
Okay. Uparamaha Shabdena Sannyasaha Abhidiyate. They talk about it as Sannyasaha. Some teachers say, because there is a statement that says, Sannyasya Shravanam Kuryat. When are you going to do Shravanam? Take sannyasa and do it. Burn your boats. Burn your boats. You're fully committed. There's no going back now. You make it or you break it. You know. That's one way of doing it. In fact, when Swami Chinmayanji went to Shivananda, after he was convinced that this is the right path, he asked Swami Shivananji to give him sannyasa. So Swami Shivananji, you just come 1 year, you have been here, that's all, and off and on you have been here for a year. Why do you want sannyasa? He says, Swamiji, give me sannyasa, there are too many attractions calling me back there. If I take sannyasa, I am cutting myself off from everything, I will make it or break it. Sannyasya Shravanam Kuryat. After that, he went to Tapovan Maharaj to learn. So, this tradition is there. But then, if you make a rule, what will happen? Tatascha Sannyasinam eva Shravana Adau Adhikaraha iti kechit. That means what? Only sannyasis will be able to listen to Vedanta. Only sannyasis can listen to Vedanta. But he says, Aparetu, others, tu Uparama Shabdasya Sannyasa Vachakatva Abhavat. Since directly sannyasa is not mentioned in Uparama, therefore, Vikshepa Abhava Matrasya, it is taken as Vikshepa Abhava, meaning your mind is quietened down, enough to get Samadhanam, etc. A certain inner poise you have got. Your mind remains where you have kept it. Samadhama you have practiced, Uparama is the next stage of it. Okay? Sannyasa Vachikatva Bhavat Vikshepa Bhava Matrasya Grihastheshu api Sambhavat. And this, even a Grihastha can have it. You are married with kids, etc. But you have mastered your mind. Therefore, mastery of the mind is Uparama. Sama is processing your problems, etc. inside. Mastery is Uparama. That anyone can have it. Mind mastery is not dependent on the robes that you wear. Therefore, he says, Janaka dehe api Brahma vicharasya shruyamanatva. Janaka has been presented as doing Brahma vichara with Sanat Kumara, etc. So many teachers he had that way. Okay? Ashtavakra, etc. All that was there. Therefore, Sarva Ashrama Sadharanam Shravanadi Vidanam Ityahu. Therefore, in any ashrama, you can do Shravanam. Therefore, if you want to put Uparama, because Lokesmin Divida Nishta Pura Prokta Mayanagha. Yaad hai ye verse? Yeah. Pura Prokta Maya. Even I said it long back in the Gita. Okay. Pura Prokta Mayanagha. Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yogina. Therefore, it's good to take Uparama as Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga Nishta. Therefore, after Karma Yoga, you go to sannyasa if you want to. Therefore, if a Karma Yogi can listen to Vedanta, sannyasi definitely can listen to Vedanta. Why we have an example here of someone who is a teacher. She is not a sannyasi, right here. Falguni Ben, sitting right here. She's a teacher of Vedanta. I taught for 20 years in white, before I took up the robes. Therefore, it's better to take a Karma Yoga Buddhi. Why? Because Karma Yoga Buddhi leads to that mastery. Because a person who has got samadama, both he has got, let us say, still has desires, etc. Therefore, the desires can still disturb him. Mind mastered, etc. But come on, yaar, I want this and I want it bad. So he's listening to Vedanta and some statement there. Yeah, I really want that. Your mind can go there. Na? Therefore, Karma Yoga Buddhi, Ishvara Arpanam Prasada Buddhi, work for what you want with these attitudes. The problem is taken care of. The problem is taken care of. Therefore, Karma Yoga Buddhi. There are enough texts that present Uparama as Karma Yoga Buddhi. Why? Because that helps you master the mind. Basically what it is, mastery of the mind. Yeah. Mind mastery is necessary. Otherwise that mind can emotionally hijack you. Yeah. That can be a problem. Yeah. So, okay. That I think answers your question also, Karthik?
Yes, Swamiji. I just had a follow-on question to that.
Yeah, okay.
So, in many places, there is this terminology used, Antara Sannyasa.
Okay.
Is that different from Uparama?
No. One second, I'll attack. His question is, there are many places where Antara Sannyasa, the term is used. No. That is about Uparama and this is what I answered. So, the Antara Sannyasa you are talking about, or what in modern this they say mental sannyasa. And I always respond to that by saying, if you are mental sannyasa, why are you afraid of physical sannyasa? So, it is the mindset that nothing is mine. Okay. So, when you say Antara Sannyasa, etc., total acceptance of things, proactive mind, acceptance of things, agachate swagatam kuryat, gachantam tu nivarayet. What comes to you, accept happily. What is going away, don't try to hold it back. Typical sannyasi attitude. If you want me to describe attitudes, do you have this attitude? What comes, you will welcome. No, these things I want to run away from. Sannyasa mind is not there. Gachantam na nivarayet. Yeah. Don't hold on, let it be. Let it go. Meant to be. So that type, yeah?
So that would come by Karma Yoga Buddhi naturally?
Yeah, naturally. Once Karma Yoga Buddhi matures out, you have a mature Karma Yoga Buddhi, you have lived by Karma Yoga sometime, you have taken care of most of your priorities, etc. Then naturally you will be in a state of mind where moksha is the only priority. That's important. Sannyasi mind says, along with these things, moksha is the ultimate priority, in fact the only priority. Other things, because you have some responsibilities, you are doing it. You have some responsibilities still left, therefore you are taking care of that. But your priority is moksha. So when you are living like that, if at all I have to give Antara Sannyasa this thing, I will put this as it, the sannyasi mindset. Yeah. First and foremost, moksha is only priority. Have you come to that? Not yet. Karma Yoga. No, some responsibilities are there, otherwise I come to that. No desires, etc. Okay, fine. Because I have taken care of things. See, you have not eliminated desires. You have worked on your priorities and taken care of things. That's important. Yes, some desires will drop off. The desires we had in childhood. Somebody was asked, did any of your childhood desires come true? Yes. What is that? Well, as a child, I wanted to be bald. That has come true. Yeah. So some desires come true, some don't. That's okay. Yeah. But it doesn't matter anymore. The desires of a child. I'm a mature adult. So like that, certain things will drop off. Yeah. Some desires may not drop off. I told you about that 80-year-old man who was widowed for a year. When to get married again, you are lonely. Who will give me a girl? He is not free from that desire yet. Only he has given up out of helplessness, thinking that he is not going to find somebody. Yeah. And if he is happy with it, fine. Okay, no problems. That means to be happy with it, he should have learned to deal with his loneliness. So another thing important in a sannyasa mindset is, can you be alone without being lonely? That's important. If you are feeling lonely when you are alone, you are not ready for sannyasa. If somebody says something off and you feel humiliated, you are not ready for sannyasa. Yeah. If somebody calls you a beggar and you feel bad about it, you are a bhikshu, no? Achha. In fact, when beggars come and keep on troubling me, I tell them that, अरे एक भिखारी दूसरा भिखारी से नहीं भीख मांगता. Correct? That's why even for fundraising, I don't believe in harassing a person too much. Come on, sir. You know he has got the ability to give, but up to a point, not more than that. No. So, that sense of humiliation, that sense of pride, hey, come on. Like I was walking on the road with someone, and someone just came and said, Swamiji, aapke ashirwad. I said, oh. Swamiji, people on the road are stopping and seeking your blessings. Robes, nothing else. Not me. They don't know me from Adam. सब ये वस्त्र का कमाल है और कुछ नहीं है. Don't let it go to your head. It'll be a problem. Then it's not a sannyasi mindset.
I'm in the class. Can I talk to you a little later?
Yeah.
I'll call you later. Yeah.
That's not a sannyasi mindset. Yeah. Or because you are in a position. So there may be a few protocols you may have to follow. That's a different thing. But besides that, to have the mind which is fine. In fact, a sane, normal mind is a sannyasi's mindset. Once you have that, not a problem. So certain meditations also help this, to get a mindset like this, certain forms of meditation. Anything that helps you master the mind, use it. Don't limit it. Whatever helps you master the mind helps. Whatever helps you. You don't have to restrict it to a few cultural practices. There are a lot of cultural practices. I am talking only of a few modern things. Or Deva Pitra Yajnas, all that Pancha Maha Bhuta Yajna, all that is part of handling the mind only. Having a sense of gratitude, this, that. Meaning when you are acknowledging all your ancestors, the Pancha Bhutas, etc., it's a sense of gratitude you are having. Sannyasa mindset also requires a certain degree of ahimsa. That I will not consciously hurt anybody. Of course, keeping in mind that there are Shastradhari sannyasis also. Okay. Keeping that in mind. When the time comes, ahimsa paramo dharma, dharmo himsa sataivacha. If you keep the whole verse in mind, you are fine. If you take one half of those, you distort the whole thing. So, that mindset if you have, then you are ready for Vedanta. Everything fits into place, no? And Vedanta Jnanam only enhances that. Then you are fine. So, to get a truly that mature sannyasi mind, You need some exposure to Vedanta, otherwise it doesn't happen. Because moksha, etc., how will you take care of that? So some exposure to Vedanta is already necessary. Yeah. Though, even recent times, the present head of Kailas Ashram, he is now semi-retired. He is my age or even a year younger, but his health is not too good. He came to Rishikesh and the first thing he did was take sannyasa. Before he had studied anything. Then he started studying. Then he went through a phase. He took all his books and put them in the Ganga and says, इससे सब कुछ काम नहीं होता है. मैं उत्तरकाशी जाता है ध्यान करने के लिए. So I tried to stop him. But no. Then I gave it. Why? I said, if you are in touch with someone like Tirthaji and you think this, then you have to go through that. Where am I compared to Tirthaji? And that time I was Tirthaji's student. He went. But luckily for him, in less than a year, 6 months to a year, he found the error of his ways and came back. And started studying very seriously. Yeah. So, life's experience is important sometimes. You can't completely skip that part. Yeah. That's why conventionally, sannyasa was after grahastha, grahastha, vani, etc. after that, towards the end of your life. Because by that time, it is expected that you have reached some maturity. At the same time, the same Upanishad that talks about that also says you can skip any stage. Yad ahareva vrajet, tad ahareva pravrajet. The day you have that vairagya, that day you can walk away. So from brahmachari you can walk away. So he says from after vanaprastha you can take sannyasa. After grahastha ashrama, skip vanaprastha and take sannyasa. After brahmacharya, skip all the 2 ashrams and take sannyasa directly. Many of us have done that. Yeah. But I would say some life experience is necessary. I know because I am helping some of my juniors who walked off at 20, 21, etc. without life experiences. So then they require some help in getting other things ready before they are ready for sannyasa and things like that. Yeah. So that's okay. Hota hai. There is no hard and fast rule about things. Do what works. Yeah. Ultimately, what is it? Do what works. I remember once doing 2 camps. I think Dayanand was there for it. Kamini was there for it. Called 10 Principles of Living. I spread it over 2 camps. 10 principles for living. How to have a real life. One of the most important principles was this. In life, do what works. Don't stick to what doesn't work. No, but this is our heritage. This has to work. Times have changed. This may not work. The person who said that, will today, if he was there today, he would have changed that. Yeah. So do what works. One of the fundamental principles. Correct.
But somebody, it may just come from life experience.
Yeah.
So it is possible. I mean, there is no
Yeah.
hard and fast
See,
rule that
why am I going so broad? Because there is no rule of how it is. Yeah.
could be like,
Exactly.
because as many mind there's many different
Correct.
questions or like,
Yeah. Some person I may say, yeah, go, take sannyasa. Useless character, he will spoil a girl's life if he gets married. Go, take sannyasa. Somebody else may say, no, go get married. You are not ready for sannyasa. So the same person can give 2 diverse opinions depending upon who is in front of the person. Who is in front? Yeah. Adhikari Vedat. So what is necessary? I told you, one adhikari, one person who came to me as a student, I asked him to watch movies. Why? Mind was so dull. 100 malas of japa a day. 100 malas is no joke. Yeah. If one mala takes 10 minutes and 100 malas will take 1000 minutes, how much is that? How many hours is that? 7-8 hours of japa every day. Most people are not ready for that. It dullens their mind. So what will dullen our mind? Sitting in front of a TV is dullening for us. But for him that is stimulating. Because mind is so dull. So a different type of sadhana I had to give him. I don't think there would have been any sadhu in today's world who would have given this as sadhana. In fact, one sadhu heard about this, one of my own Guru Bhais. He says, क्या महात्मा है ये? इतना अच्छा साधक था, उसको बिगाड़ दिया. ऐसा साधक नहीं था, बिगड़ा हुआ था. He was not ready for the sadhana. You have to do sadhana in It's like the first time someone is coming to my martial art class. He says, okay, fine. 1000 kicks. Next 1 month he won't be able to come to the class. He'll be lying in bed. How will you do that? So you have to go. What is appropriate? Age appropriate. Vayas. Avastha, the state he is in, mental, physical state he is in. All that has to be taken into account. Yeah, general sadhanas we can do, like a general japa dhyanam we do, the general japa, all that is fine. Karma yoga buddhi, universally applicable. Universally. Yeah. Unless the guy is so dull, he doesn't know what his desires also are. There are people like that. I want earthing. Then you have to provoke that guy, then things will come out. So, it takes different types. You do what is necessary. Yeah. Then after this, he is going into what is the purpose of meditation, etc., and how they aid it. He says, Saguna upasananam api chitta ekagra dvara nirvishesha brahma sakshatkara hetuhu. Saguna Brahma upasana. Saguna Brahma is Brahman with name and form, qualities. That means Ishvara. Navaratri, Devi worship. There are also 9 forms each day. Yeah. Starting with Shailaputri, Brahmacharani, Chandraghanta, like that it goes on. Yeah. Skandamata, 6th day I think that comes. Yeah. So, different forms. All that upasana, etc. What does it do? Chitta ekagra dvara helps you focus your mind. The mind learns to be where you place it. See, today's world, we are doing too many things at the same time. Okay? Too many things are being done. So the mind is actually being restless and disturbed. The mind, that's why when you make a video for youngsters, 3 minutes, besides that their attention can't hold. Mind doesn't remain. Yeah. 45 minutes of a school lecture, the teacher has to be an entertainer to keep the youngsters' minds there. 40 minutes, 45 minutes lecture, you have to be entertained. Don't worry, it happens in a Vedanta class also. I see people nodding off sometimes. Why do you think I insist? Keep cameras on. That's when all SI joke will come, something will come, etc. Okay. Yeah. So, the chitte ekagrata, the mind, what is ekagrata? Single pointed focus. Revade. The idea is the mind will remain where you have placed it. So, upasana, you're going to do for 45 minutes this upasana. All the mentals. Okay. That means what? The mind is remaining where you have placed it. Yeah. You're not going to other things. So that practice of that upasana, you know why? Even in upasana there is some bhakti, devotion, etc. There is a sacredness about it. That's why that whole thing is built up because of that. The sacredness, etc. So what happens? The mind will remain there. So yoga practice will come under this, okay? Yeah. Okay. All the other forms also will come under this. All right. He says, huh? Yeah, anything. Hi, dynamic yoga is there. Vinyasa is there. Yeah. No, but in yoga also there is what is known as. Yeah, they have their own definition, but God is there, na? That's enough for upasana. For upasana, that is enough. Yeah. 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 They have deities. Yeah. In Japan, you will find Ganesha there. You will find Durga there. It's all there. Hindu culture spread all over. It's there. Therefore, all this comes under Saguna Brahma. Therefore, he says, Nirvishesha Brahma Sakshatkara Hetuhu. They become a Hetu, an aid for Brahma Sakshatkara, for Brahmatma Jnanam. Nirvishesha Brahma Sakshatkara. Nirvishesha Brahma is Nirgunam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Sakshatkara. Sakshatkara is direct knowledge. Saying, yes, that is true. As the teacher is saying and explaining Tattvamasi, you are not replying Tattvamasi back to him. You are saying, yeah, Aham Brahmasmi. When that mindset happens, for that, this mind being able to remain in one place because of Saguna Brahma Upasana, it becomes an aid, he says, and help. Okay. Even though he may have done that Saguna Brahma Upasana for something else. This guy did Saguna Brahma Upasana, why? Dana bhavena kilbisham. Mahalakshmi Sutra mein aata hai, you know. Dana bhavena, because I don't have any money with me, I am having a lot of problems. So for money, ekagrata manayena, he did. Okay, Lakshmi Upasana. In the process, he got the chitta ekagrata. So it can happen indirectly like that also. Okay, yeah. So he is quoting now for it, okay? Okay. What is that? He says, Nirvishesham bara brahma sakshatkara kartum anishvara. Okay. Sa. Okay. Should be kartuhu anishvara. Okay. Nirvishesha Brahma Sakshatkara Sakshatkartum Anishvara. Those who are incapable of doing Brahma Sakshatkara. Ye manda. Thoda manda buddhi hai. Manda buddhi don't say we are Uttamadhikaris. We are not. Okay. I was not. Okay. My guru was not. His guru was not. Therefore, you know how the parampara is. Okay. None of us are Uttamadhikaris. Uttamadhikaris were people like Shvetaketu, Gargi, Arjuna, etc. Not you and me. Okay. Samanda, anukampyate, savishesha nirupanai. Anukampena, with compassion, the Shastra is giving savishesha upasana. Because your mind is incapable of that sakshatkara. Why? It's running all over the place. You're missing things when the teacher is saying things. Don't say you don't miss it. When you hear this video a second time, it becomes clearer. Why did it become clearer a second time? Because first time you missed something. When you take a second round of the Gita, why is it better than the first round? Because first round you missed something. Don't say you didn't miss. We all miss. That's why certain things I repeat, because I know you have missed it. Okay? Therefore, anukampai savishesha nirupano. Vashikrite manasyesham saguna brahmashiranath. Therefore, that mind vashikrite, under your mastery. Why? Saguna brahmashiranath. By upasana and saguna brahman. Why does the mind go about? Either habitually, then if it is habitual, some japa dhyanam is enough to break it. Okay? Or because I still want things. There are desires. And we are human beings, we will have desires. No? So mind will go here and there. So you are harnessing that desire through an upasana for you to get what you want, plus quieten your mind. Master your mind. See the beauty of that Saguna Brahma Upasana. See, we don't look at the psychological aspect. We just say Saguna Brahma Upasana, Mana Ekagra, Chitta Ekagra. Look at the psychological part playing here. My desire for something, say wealth, is keeping my mind running here and there. Kaisa paisa banao? Paisa ka bahut zarurat. I need that wealth. Okay, fine, understandable, fine. Yeah, you're going through a tough phase in life. Yeah, you have your needs, therefore you need that money. Okay, fine. All right, you're working for it. Yes, I'm working. A lot of work. Do this upasana as well. It will enhance your work. Upasana is not meant to replace your work. It's meant to enhance your work. So do this upasana along with it. Ashtalakshmi upasana. Okay. Or Lakshmi Kubera upasana. Correct. Now what has happened? Some result will be there. Yeah. Even if you are not a billionaire, you will get enough for your needs. Yeah. You may not become a billionaire, but definitely some enough for your needs will happen. That much will definitely happen. Then, and in the process, what happened? You did it because of your desire. That means you harnessed the desire to do an upasana, and it also gave you chitta ekagrata. See, can you see how it is working? This is the psychological process of it working. Karma phala is there, you are done, you are doing a worldly action, you are doing upasana. How should success not come to you? It will come. Yeah. Yeah, but if your prarabdha was to be a beggar, you will get enough money not to be that much. You won't become Bill Gates or Elon Musk. That much you won't have. Yeah, but fine. Yeah. Therefore, you say that is the thing. You are using the desire to get out of your problems in life, your desire fulfillment, plus chitta ekagrata. All of it taken care of. Yeah. Shilana. Tadeva avir bhavet sakshad apeto upadi kalpanam. Okay. Then what happens? He says, Sakshad upadi kalpana. Okay. Sakshad apeta upadi kalpanam. After that what? Apeta upadi kalpanam. After having negated all the upadi kalpanas on Brahman, your mind is ready to understand that unconditioned Brahman, Nirgunam Brahman. Of course, with the help of teaching, etc., that is understood. Pramana Vichara, that is understood. Okay? So your mind is ready for it. In the process of tackling your desire, your mind has also become ready for Brahma Sakshatkara, Brahma Jnanam. Okay? Nirvishesha Brahma Jnanam. Upadi Apeta Brahma Sakshatkara. You are ready for that. Therefore, the mind gets ready. So, even your Kamya Karma, through Karma Yoga and Upasana, gets ready for this thing. Sarvam tu akhilam karma, jnane parisamapyate. In the Gita again. Jnane parisamapyate. All your karma, everything can be made to focus on your knowledge alone. Or kya problem? Yeah. Iti saguna upasakanam cha. Now, he is giving you avantara phalam, the other physical phalam that is there. Saguna brahma upasakanam achiradi margena brahmaloka gatanam. Achiradi Margena, by the northern part. Okay? In the northern solar system. Now we are in the southern half. Okay? We are in the southern half. And it goes to the northern half after January 22nd, 14th, after that. Achiradi Margena, Brahmaloka Gatanam. Go to Brahmaloka. Okay? Tatra eva Shravanadi Utpanna Tattva Sakshatkarena Brahmana Saha Moksha. You will go to Brahma Loka because so much of upasana you have done, and you go, and Brahmaji at the end of the kalpa will teach you. Until then you have to wait. Okay? And hope all the upasana, your mind, the same mind you have kept going. Okay? So when Brahmaji is teaching you, you will understand, and the end of the kalpa you are freed. Don't plan on this. Okay? Please don't plan on getting moksha like this. Why? The amount of upasana you have to do it is huge. Aho ratran sandadami. Day and night upasana. You won't be able to do anything else. Yeah. Here once or twice a week class mein ho jata hai. And some immersive experiences in camps and all ho jata hai. There that was not enough. That's not enough. Yeah. 8-10 hours of upasana every day, nobody can do that. In Kali Yuga, plus other things also has to be done. Those guys are not mentioned here. Both hai. Yeah? Yeah, I'm not sure where exactly. Yeah. Vedanta Kalpataru also. Yeah. Okay. Huh? Kalpataru, yeah. Vedanta Kalpataru, yeah. Okay. Then Karminantu. What about the karmis, other people? Dhumadi Margena. Okay. Dhuma Margena, this dark path, Dhuma Margena. Pitraloka Gatanam. They go up to Pitraloka. Pitraloka, and today's in Kali Yuga, at this time, if you are going to Pitraloka, it's a big thing. Okay? Usse zyada nahi milta hai. Upabhogena. Then you enjoy, have a good time. Khao piyo maja karo, aur kya karne ka hai. Karma kshaye. When the karma is over, Purva krita sukrit dushkrita anusarena, sanchita karma anusarena. In terms of the sanchita karma that is standing in your account, anusarena, brahmadi stavaranteshu, meaning any of these beings that are there, lokas that are there, okay, punaha utpatti, another birth you gain, okay.
So the Archi Margena, the people who are Saguna Upasana.
Huh. Once you go to Brahmaloka and you gain the knowledge there, you are free.
No, so for Saguna Upasana,
Yeah.
it is Archi Margena.
Yeah.
For people who are
Not that, but karma, your karma. Yeah. So karma can be Vedika karma or even Ishta Purti karma, good karma. Yeah. It is not that you have to do Vedika karma to go to other lokas. You are a good human being. See, that's the difference in Hinduism. Other religions will say only people from our religion will go to heaven. We say no, no problems. Are you a good human being? Have you done good work? Have you reached out to help people and things like that? Yes. Up to Pitraloka, up to heaven you will go. Okay? What other religions call heaven. We have gradations in heaven. Yeah, up to there you will go. Okay? Then, according to your, once that punya is over, according to your previous karma, you are born again on earth. Yeah. To pick up the cross again. Ananta Yatra until you gain moksha. Your Ananta Yatra goes on. How many births we have had? Yeah. It goes on. Tatacha Shruti. Ramaniya Charananam Ramaniyam Yoni Utpadyante. If you have done good things, you will get a good yoni. Born as a human being, etc. Kupya Charananam Kupya Yoni Utpadyante. If you have done all negative things, you will be born. I can't say born as a dog. Why? Dogs have very good lives nowadays. At home they are brought, they sleep in the bed. Even if you are a vegetarian, for the sake of the dog you will cook non-vegetarian. Yes, ab natak baji chalta hai. You know. Navaratri you are fasting, but not for the dog. Yeah. Yes, sir. So I can't say you were born as a dog. Dog is now supposed in Kali Yuga considered good karma. Okay. But chance for moksha is not there. That's all. Okay. Okay. Pratishiddha Anushtana. Those who have done adharmic activities, what about them? Tu Raura Adina Narakeshu Tattat Upachita Tivra Dukkham Anubhuyaha. Then they go to the lower lokas for Tivra Dukkham. Okay. That's why the descriptions of hell, etc. Because dukkha, you have to pay for your crime, therefore you paid. Okay. Or Shukaradi Tiryang Yonishu. You are born as a dog or a pig or something like that. You are born as a street dog. That's a tough life. Okay, yeah. Or a pig. Tiryang Yonishu. Or Stavaradishu. Like a plant or a tree. As a jiva born as a tree is a painful life. Why somebody will come and break a tree. Before rainy season you are trimming. It's painful here. You can't do anything about it. A dog at least can run away if you throw a stone. What will a tree do? You have to suffer that pain. Okay. Tavaradishu chautpattihi. Those type of lifetimes you will get. Iti alam prasangat prapanchena. Enough of this discussion. Both ho gaya. Because it came up, I mentioned all these things. You know, the author is saying, because it came up, I mentioned all these things. Both ho gaya. Enough is enough. Huh? What is the verse? Yeah. Sanchita karma will still remain, na? Yeah, because he says Purva karma, na? Your next birth will depend upon the Purva karma. That is Sanchita karma. That comes, part of it that becomes ready. Yeah. Once the positive karma of other dimension is over, then the Sanchita comes into play, and whatever has fructified becomes the prarabdha for the next. Right. So that goes on. That chakra goes on. When it will all end? No end. Until you gain moksha, there is no end for it. Until you gain moksha, there is no end.
Swamiji, I have a question. Like in religions like Jainism, Buddhism, the women, they don't get sannyasa.
They do. There are Jain monks, are there? No?
They don't get moksha
According to many religions, a female body you can't gain moksha. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Not in Hinduism, not in Vedanta, no?
Even Buddhists, they don't.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any.
Yeah. They don't highlight it, but the fact is in Buddhism also it is said that when you go through many lifetimes, but the lifetime that you gain moksha, you will be in a male body. They put it nicely, that's all. Yeah. More? Yeah, it's all. Because a woman's life, there is some suffering always involved. See, a woman's life at any time is not easy compared to a man's. Not that a man's is very easy, but that apart. So, and there's a lot of responsibility on a woman, childbearing, this, that, etc. You support a lot of responsibility. Yeah. So, recognizing that, some people have said that, which is nonsensical. You know.
No, it just came up when we went to all these places like Spiti and we
Yeah.
saw the monasteries. I never saw any women, there were only males. I was wondering, and then
That is true.
Jainism is like this, and I realized that
Yeah. Jainism, Buddhism, Islam, even Christianity, up to heaven you can go. I think that much is there in Christianity also, no? Heaven going and all is there. It's all. There's no difference in that sense. Christianity is better that way. Being a priest and things like that, those type of functions. Only the priestly functions are barred for a woman. Saying the mass and the giving that mass, all those things are Eucharistic. All that is banned for the woman. In Hinduism, moksha is for everyone. Going to heaven is for everyone. Man, woman, doesn't matter. Your body does not matter. Human beings, yeah. Yeah, that's for everyone. Yeah. Moksha is for everyone. Irrespective of what body you are, what orientation you have, none of those things matter. Yeah, yeah. That's all. There's no. I know. There's nothing more than that. That is the problem. Yeah. That's why my guru used to joke. All tourist brochures like this is one heaven, another heaven. Chalo, aajao, aajao, aajao. Yeah. That apart. But all religions are valid as forms of relating to Ishvara. That much is validity is there. All religions have that. Yeah.
Swamiji, in any of the Upanishads there is no female guru, no?
Who?
In any Upanishad
There is.
there is?
Yeah. There are 500 Rishikas identified in the Upanishad. One of my Guru Bains, what is that Indore Swami's name? Atma Prajnananda, Bhubaneswar. She is based in Bhubaneswar. She has written a book, The Rishikas of the Vedas. Over 100 Rishikas she has identified. Women who were teachers of Vedanta, who were masters in the art of Vedanta.
But in the Upanishads there are no teachers like the
There are. That's exactly what I'm saying. There are. Yes. We have seen one in Kenopanishad. In Kenopanishad, we have seen one. Who's that? Huh? Umam Haimavatim. Yeah. Haimavati, daughter of Himavan. That's what's mentioned there. Umam Haimavati. Yeah. How do you know she was Uma Parvati? How do you know she was not an Uma, a local woman? Haimavati, daughter of the mountains. Yeah. So it could be. Huh? Gargi, you know. Yeah. So. Yeah. That's it. And there are enough. Anyway, now this discussion then can go into male-female thing. So before that, I'm calling it a day. Oh, that's